What's up everyone and welcome. In this episode we're going to talk about the new top 10 vulnerabilities list put out by OWASP, the Open Web Application Security Project.
Oh, drat these computers. They're so naughty and so complex. I could pinch them.
The Open Web App Security Project, also known as OWASP, has released its top 10 list of vulnerabilities in web software as part of the general movement to make software less painfully insecure at the design stage. Among new entries in the top 10 flaws highlighted by the project are insecure design, relating to specific design flaws, and software and data integrity failures. The latter, software data integrity failures, refers to the making of assumptions related to software updates, critical data, and CI/CD pipelines without verifying its integrity. The release is a draft for public comment and peer review, with a final version to be released later this year. This year's current number one web app security flaw is broken access control, with OWASP glumly noting that the 34 CWEs mapped to broken access control had more occurrences in applications than any other category. So here is their number one with broken access control, again with 34 CWEs, and it's defined as access control vulnerabilities including privilege escalation, malicious URL modification, access control bypass, CORS misconfiguration, and tampering with primary keys. Cryptographic failures were also highlighted by OWASP, coming in at number 2 on this year's list. Previously, this category was known as sensitive data exposure, with the organization noting the older description was a broad symptom rather than a root cause.
Let's run through that again. Okay, you keep out of this. He doesn't have to shoot you now. Ha! That's it! Hold it right there! Pronoun trouble. It's not he doesn't have to shoot you now. It's he doesn't have to shoot me now. Well, I say he does have to shoot me now. So shoot me now!
Number 2, cryptographic failures with 29 CWEs. Now this includes security failures when data is in transit or at rest, such as the implementation of weak cryptographic algorithms, poor or lax key generation, a failure to implement encryption or to verify certificates, and the transmission of data in clear text. Now, although this category's new name conjures up some kind of images of script kiddies breaking RSA 4096 encryption with a click of their fingers, the mundane truth is that it covers everything from hard-coded passwords to insufficient entropy in passwords, as well as broken or risky crypto algorithms. Specific examples of bad practice falling under cryptographic failure include storing passwords without hashing, or salting them, or not enforcing TLS or login protected web pages. Code injection and cross-site scripting came in third, with other common weaknesses including security misconfigurations, outdated libraries, and server and logging monitoring failures. So here's number 3 with injection with 33 CWEs. Common injections impact SQL, NoSQL, OS command, and LDAP, and may be caused by sanitization failures, cross-site scripting vulnerabilities, and a lack of protection for file paths. Number 4 was insecure design with 40 CWEs. Insecure design elements vary widely, but are generally described by OWASP as missing or ineffective control design. Areas of concern include a lack of protection for stored data, logic programming problems, and displaying content that reveals sensitive information. Number 5 on the list was security misconfiguration with 20 CWEs. Applications may be considered vulnerable if they lack security hardening, if there are unnecessary features such as too open hand when it comes to privileges, if default accounts are kept active, and if security features are not configured correctly. Number 6 was vulnerable and outdated components. With 3 CWEs, this category focuses on client and server-side components, failures to maintain components, out-of-date support systems, such as the OS, web servers, or libraries, as well as component misconfiguration. Number 7 on the list was identification and authentication failures with 22 CWEs. Security issues include improper authentication, session fixation, certificate mismatches, permitting weak credentials, and a lack of protection against brute force attacks.
Let's try that again. Okay, I'll start it this time. Right. Wabbit season. Duck season. Wabbit season. Wabbit season. Duck season. Fire!
Number 8 on the list was software and data integrity failures with 10 CWEs. Integrity is the focal point of this category, and any failure to do so properly, such as deserialization of untrusted data or not checking code and updates when pulled from a remote source, may be in the scope. Number 9, security logging and monitoring failures. 4 CWEs were found in this category, issues that can hamper the analysis of a data breach or other form of attack, including logging problems, failing to record security relevant information feeds, or only logging data locally would fall under this category. Finally, number 10, server-side request forgery with 1 CWE. Server-side request forgery vulnerabilities occur when a server does not validate user-submitted URLs when they fetch remote sources. OWASP says that the adoption of cloud services and increasingly complex architectures have ramped up the severity of server-side request forgery attacks. The additions of insecure design and software and data integrity failures show how the entire software industry is continuing to shift left by putting more focus on secure design and architecture as well as threat modeling. Tom Eston, Practice Director of Application Security at Bishop Fox, told the Daily Swig. Often, secure design and threat modeling get overlooked because of the speed of modern development. It's also great to finally see OWASP calling out software integrity and the security of CI/CD pipelines as another focus area. OWASP builds the top 10 list every year by looking at data from industry about vulnerabilities discovered in web-facing software, combining that with an industry survey asking frontline folk what flaws they've seen over the past year that deserve a wider airing. Now, OWASP explained the results in the data are primarily limited to what we can test, or what they can test, for in the automated fashion. Talk to a seasoned AppSec professional, and they'll tell you about stuff they find and trends they see that aren't yet in this data. It takes time for the people to develop testing methodologies for certain vulnerability types, and then more time for those tests to be automated and run against a large population of applications. So, there you have your top 10 list from OWASP. With that, I say thanks for watching. Don't forget to share and subscribe if you haven't, and smash the bell if you haven't, and I'll see you on the next episode. Take care.